The US and UK governments have said North Korea was responsible for the WannaCry malware attack affecting hospitals, businesses, and banks across the world earlier this year. The attack is said to have hit more than 300,000 computers in 150 nations, causing billions of dollars of damage. It is the first time the US and UK have officially blamed them for the worm. Thomas Bossert, an aide to US President Donald Trump, first made the accusation in the Wall Street Journal newspaper. Mr. Bossert, who advises the president on Homeland Security, said the allegation was based on evidence. He did not produce any evidence in the article, but said U.S. findings concurred with judgments from other governments and private companies. He added that Australia, Canada, and New Zealand also share the U.S. conclusion that North Korea was behind the attack. Following the interview, the UK Foreign Office also blamed North Korean actors using their cyber program to circumvent sanctions. The National Cyber Security Center assessed that it is highly likely that the North Korean Lazarus hacking group had committed the attacks, Minister for Cyber Lord Ahmed said in a statement. In May, Windows computers hit by the cyber attack had their contents locked, with users asked to pay a ransom to have their data restored. EU police body Europol called the scale of the attack unprecedented. Analysis: Gordon Cora, BBC security correspondent. Britain's National Cyber Security Centre, part of the GCHQ Signals Intelligence Agency, first attributed the May 2017 WannaCry attack to North Korea within weeks of the ransomware spreading. The speed was because the UK led the international investigation after the National Health Service was hit hard. The US intelligence community may have taken longer to concur with that assessment, but there is still the question of why the White House is only going public now. Governments used to be cautious about attribution in cyber attacks, but it is becoming increasingly common, beginning with the claim North Korea was behind the attack on Sony in 2014 and more recently involving Russia's alleged hacking in the 2016 US election. This latest claim is almost certainly an attempt to put more pressure on North Korea in the crisis over its nuclear program, with the attempt to rally international support behind the notion that the country is a real danger, whether from cyber weapons or nuclear weapons. And to make the case that further action, of some kind, needs to be contemplated. In the Wall Street Journal piece, Mr. Bossert said North Korea must be held accountable and that the U.S. would continue to use a maximum pressure strategy to hinder the regime's ability to mount cyber attacks. He did not specify what action, if any, the U.S. government planned to take in response to the findings. North Korea is already facing major economic sanctions after being redesignated a state sponsor of terrorism last month amid tension over its nuclear program and missile tests. North Korea has acted especially badly, largely unchecked, for more than a decade, and its malicious behavior is growing more egregious. WannaCry was indiscriminately reckless, Mr. Bossert wrote.